क्या आपकी हालत भी कुछ ऐसी हो गई है? But this is not natural, not a reality, right? It does not really happen. Or does it? Let's see. It is a long-standing debate that do Indians have to pay more for gaming? After all, prices of games seems much lower in India compared to the West. Now we all know that price is not equal to cost. Something that may be costly for me may not be costly for you. Something that is costly for you may not be costly for somebody else. So how do we calculate cost? Obviously it depends on how much one earns. So that's what we will calculate. We will see how much an American earns, how much an Indian gamer earns, and how much they have to spend on gaming, and then take out a percentage of their income and their disposable income. By the way, disposable income is the money that you have left after you have spent on taxes and food and electricity and etc. etc. The household income of an average Indian gamer I have calculated to be around 700,000 rupees or $10,827 a year. And disposable income that I have calculated would be around $3,100 a year for an Indian gamer. For the American counterpart, it's $60,000 a year for income and $20,000 a year for disposable income. Now, with income out of the way, we will now calculate the price of gaming. And we will start with consoles with 10 games a year. Now I look for a particular console which is available both in Indian and American market, and I stumbled upon the Xbox One bundle for Tom Clancy's The Division with 1 TB of storage, and it was available both in Amazon India and Amazon US. So I compared their prices. For Amazon US, the price of the bundle was $270, whereas the same thing in Indian Amazon was available at $600. That's $60 more than twice the original price. Now the price of games. For Americans it would be $600 for 10 games, and it would be around $500 for Indians. So the cost at the end for console gaming would be $870 for Americans and $1,100 for Indians at the end of the year. That's for console gaming. Now we will go to PC gaming. Now comparing PC gaming is a bit difficult, so I will compare the build which I am building for myself according to Indian market and the US market. So the specs and the prices for each in each market are: i5-6402P in USA it costs $202, and in India it costs $243.6. India has to pay more. Zotac GTX 1050 Ti in US cost $140, whereas the same thing in India cost $173. In India it costs more. The motherboard which I have chosen is a Gigabyte H110 and with a LGA1151 socket, and it costs $55 in US, whereas it costs $68 in India. India again has to pay more. The SMPS I have chosen is an Antec 450 watts, not a big deal, but it costs about $39 in US, whereas it costs $46 in India. The cabinet, I cannot find a similar cabinet in both, but I kind of looked for the trend in prices and found it was around $50 in general for a cabinet in USA, whereas a similar cabinet would cost $77 in India. India again has to pay more. And next is a screen. A full HD screen would cost around $100 in US and $100 in India as well. It's a similar trend in both the countries. So far, the calculation comes at $585.6 for US and $707.6 for India. Now, for the rest of the build, I'm just throwing off $150 to each of the build for both India and US. So the total build of a PC would come around $735 for US and $857 for India. India is still paying more. Now, it is not a very big secret that price of PC gaming is very less in India. It costs around 1800 rupees for a newly released game, so it will cost 18,000 rupees for 10 games, which is equal to $278. For the American counterpart, it's still $600 for 10 games. Now, the total price of PC gaming for US is $1,335, whereas for India it is $1,136. And now it's time for the big calculations. Let's start with console gaming. For Americans, console gaming is 1.45% of their total income and 4.35% of their disposable income. For Indians, it is 10.16% of their total income and 35.5% of their disposable income. Now, coming to PC gaming. For Americans, it's 2.22% of their total income and 6.67% of their disposable income. Whereas for Indians, it's 10.5% of their total income and 36.6% of their disposable income. That's a huge gap. Now it is quite evident that gaming is very costly for Indians, but how much? Putting together these numbers, gaming is 6 times as costly for Indians as it is for Americans. 6 times.